Lesson 823, problem 8103. In this problem, we're given the quadratic equation f of x equals x squared plus 5x plus 2, and it's in standard form. And we need to complete the square and get it into graphing form. So I am going to set up my equation map. And this would be one that I would recommend you do by drawing and not using the tiles, and you will see why in just a moment. Just going to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so on the left-hand side of my equation mat, I have a y, so f of x is the same as y. And then on the right, we've got an x squared tile. And then I have 5 x's. Okay, and as you know, we have to split those in half and put half of them above my x squared and half of them off to the right. So I know if I take 5x and divide it by 2, I get 2.5. All right, so I'm going to have to put 2 of the whole x's here. Make this a little bigger. I'm going to put 2 of my x's here and 2 over here. Okay, that's 4 out of my 5 x's, and that last x, I'm going to have to break it in half. This is why I said probably don't use your real tiles, because you can't do that. So if I take an x and I break it in half, I get a half an x, so 0.5 x, or a half an x. Let's see, let's just draw an arrow that this is a half of an x. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. This is also a half of an x. All right, and then I have 2 1s, so I'm going to put those in here, wherever I decide I want to put them. I guess I'll put them right there. Okay, so those are my 1s. But now I need to complete the square, and I'm missing some things here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in the pieces I'm missing. I'm going to draw in a different color just so we can kind of see it a little better. So to complete the square, I know that I'm going to have to add in a couple more 1s here. All right, and then when I look at this piece here, well, one of the dimensions is a 1, and the other dimension is a half, because that's a half of an x tile. So this square here is going to be a half. And then same thing over on this side. This side's a 1, and this side, this is a half of an x tile, so that side's a 1/2. So this is going to be a half tile. And then we have another half tile here, because there's a 1 side by a half side. My tiles are definitely not drawn to scale here. And then same thing here. This is a 1 side times a half side, so that makes it another half. And then if I look at this corner piece here, this dimension here is 1/2. That dimension is 1/2. So 1/2 times 1/2 makes this corner a 1/4 tile. Okay, so if I look at what I added in to the right side, and I drew all that in black so I could see it easier. So I've got a 1 and another 1, so there's 2. And then if I add these halves together, I get 2.5 and then 3. And then I have 2 more halves. So that gives me 4 total tiles. And then I have this 1/4. So really what I added to that side was a 4.4 and 1/4, or 4.25. So I have to add the same thing into the left side. So this side I'm adding 4.25. Okay, so now if I look at the dimensions of my perfect square, So this side length is an x, and then I have a 1, 2, and then remember this is a half, so I've got plus 2.5, and it's a perfect square, so I should have the same thing here. There's an x, and then 1, 2 and a half, so plus 2.5. All right, so what we have here is on the left, we have a y plus 4.25, and on the right, our perfect square is x plus 2.5 squared. And then now if I want to get this into graphing form, I'm just going to get the y alone, so I'm going to take away the 2.5 from both sides. So I get y equals x plus 2.5 squared minus 4.25. And then we have completed the square and we have it in graphing form.